Hi guys, Jesby in the UK, shooting an update video for you on Wednesday the 11th of September 2019. This one's going to be a bit different than the usual videos I do on the separate platforms. Just going to shoot a short little video just to sort of update on some other programs that I'm currently sort of either looking at or testing. As you know, if you subscribe to the channel, you'll already be aware of 3 of the programs I'm going to show to you. Obviously, if this is the first video you've seen of mine on my channel, my key sort of programs that I'm actively involved with is MyAdsUp, and this is without doubt my sort of #1 program at the moment. It's a great little program in terms of it is an advertising platform, and I've been getting great results with these guys in terms of sign-ups to other programs. Also in terms of I actively promote it, so it's quickly become my sort of fastest earner, both in terms of the levels I've got to within the program and also from a referral commissions point of view. So it's high, highly recommend this. Alongside the other program is My Passive Trades. This one is again an advertising platform, a lot more sort of passive in terms of your daily activities here are a lot less than say with MyAdsUp. You literally come in, view one login ad, place your own ads, check your stats. If you need to purchase some more ad packs, you would just do that on a daily basis. But again, I've been in this since beginning of the year, 2nd of Jan, and it's paying 1% daily. I will put some video links at the end of this video, and I'll put in my latest videos with regards to this program, obviously with MyAdsUp. And the other one, the new one to the portfolio, is sort of CashFX. Now, again, this is a Forex sort of trading system, if you like, and it is a higher ticket entry with this one. This is a minimum of $300 start with this for their lowest level pack. Whereas with MyAdsUp, you could literally get into that for a $1 purchase, and My Passive Trades would be $5. So they've all got their different sort of entry points. But again, I'll put a video for each of these programs up. But the key thing is I'm getting asked by other people, what other programs am I in, etc. And I tend to sort of shy away from putting others on there until I've been in them a while and can get a feel for kind of what they're about. CashFX was slightly different. I'd seen this being advertised a good few weeks before, and the actual sort of transparency and visibility of some of the management team in CashForex, I thought I was more comfortable about sort of promoting this a little bit earlier than I would with some other programs. Which you'll see again if you view the videos I've done on this already. But one of the things that has been around a little while now is this smart contract, Gandhiji.io. So it's kind of like a Dapp smart contract. Now, a YouTuber who is sort of who has been one of the big sort of advocates of this over the last sort of year or so is Crypto Saint. But recently, Oracle sort of flagged this up, and that's another YouTuber that I actually follow. And it's one before. I've been in Proof of Weak Hands 3D, and that was a great sort of smart contract, and that was probably a year and a half ago, if not 2 years ago now. It seems like forever. I'm not actually involved in that one anymore, but basically this contract is a copy of the Proof of Weak Hands contract. Solid, robust smart contract that hasn't, even when it was a Proof of Weak Hands 3, has not been hacked by anyone. It literally is set up, it does what it's meant to do with the funds that come in, with the funds that go out. It's all on the blockchain. I would suggest with this, if you're not really familiar with smart contracts, it possibly isn't something for you. But the reason I've sort of chucked a bit of ETH in here, and each week I'm looking to do the same, to sort of take a longer play stake in this, if you like, is the actual use scenario that this is now sort of gaining momentum with. And rather than me produce a video on it, I think I could probably do no better than actually give you the link below to a video that the Oracle's put out on his That Bastard of Crypto channel. That was actually done, yeah, September the 10th, so it is fairly current. He was basically on a live with the developer for Gandhiji, and I'll play you a little bit now.
Right now, so the whole now you ain't just cutting in like that. I'm talking at the minute. Right now, what I was saying is, yeah.
Oh my God!
In India, right now, the whole country has to deal with, for them to turn rupees into crypto, they have to deal with peer-to-peer exchanges. So what I'm saying is, you know, I've been telling Oracle that there's something new coming to our project. We're setting up our own peer-to-peer.
So basically, guys, what he's saying is we have the luxury, obviously in Europe, America, that if we have crypto and we're looking to change it back into fiat and vice versa, we have the luxury of having sort of crypto exchanges that we can use readily, like Coinbase, you know, blockchain, all these sort of things. But the authorities in India have actually closed those options down for their citizens. So you're not going to have Coinbase available to you in India, etc. So it's making it harder and harder for anyone in that territory, if they've got crypto, to turn it into fiat and actually buy it in the first place. So to cut a long story short, and this is why I'm encouraging you to go and view this video, where the developer will explain it slightly better than probably I could. It just means there is a facility now using the benefit of the smart contract to assist people to do this, and also get them involved in the benefits of being involved with the smart contract, where the token price will rise over time. Yes, it will fluctuate, because as people put Ethereum in and take it out, the token price will change. But the problem is, as they highlighted, proof of weak hands, everyone in the States and Europe has benefited out of that, and the token price went crazy and people made a lot of profits out of it. But now they have developed a button there where they're going to offer sort of a Hindi version of the site. But the token price now is pretty prohibitive to anyone in those markets that would want to come in and get involved with it. So they're kind of turning this on its head, that they're trying to cater for the Indian market first. So, you know, your average person there with a lower stake holding in crypto can actually afford to get in this at a lower price level on the token. So for me, I just think it's really cool. It also acts as a way of kind of offering people in another territory the same advantages that we have, you know, by using a sort of a standard crypto exchange. Hopefully I haven't lost you on that, and that's why I'm saying watch this video and you'll get a better understanding of this. Is quite a good little project for those of us who are lucky enough to benefit out of crypto. But, you know, what goes on in one territory could just as easily hit where we are one day. You know, we could have authorities deciding that, you know, they don't want people like your Coinbases of this world, blockchains, etc. operating, and it will make it harder and harder for even us in the West to sort of, you know, participate in crypto the way we do. So I think it's got a good use scenario. Certainly something, it's more of a longer play with whatever you're putting in here. If you're after a sort of a quick in and out type thing, I don't think this is really something you should be looking at. Again, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of smart contracts. I think this would really appeal to someone who is already aware of proof of weak hands, perhaps has been in dApps before, or may even have seen Gandhiji before, but just never thought it was for them. But I think with some of the developments that are going on with this, I think this is going to be a very interesting one to see what's going to happen over the course of the next few months and year. But as I say, I'm going to put the link to this video, so I'm not going to play any more of it because I think you should watch it in its entirety. Yeah, so that's a new one, which is this Gandhiji. So you'll, again, if you know about links connected with the smart contracts, obviously the link goes through and it's referenced by, you know, my sort of Ethereum link, if you like. So yeah, go and have a look. But say if you're probably not familiar with smart contracts and how they operate and the tokens within smart contracts, probably is one that you'll maybe not want to get involved with. But yeah, very interesting little project, and I like the sort of reasoning behind what they're doing with these guys. And so the next one, again, this is more of a a test at the moment, so there won't be a link to the next one that I'm looking at. This is ElSerpent trade. Now you'll probably see there has been a little bit of a sort of activity on YouTube with people getting involved with this. Now this is basically an arbitraging sort of a crypto exchange platform, where you can basically come in and you'll see you've got a top bid and a low bid. So basically we're putting the money onto the platform where this arbitrage trading is taking place for us. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this particular video, because this is purely to say to you that I'm testing this out at the moment. I'm not putting any links in this video for you to go and join it. Obviously, I can't stop you going elsewhere and doing what you want with it, but I want to test this out a little bit more. I've actually been in it since the 7th of September, so only a few days. If I show you history, I just had some spare Ethereum there, and I thought, well, let me just try this out, see what it's about. So I haven't really made my mind up with it yet. But obviously you can see I've done, I think it's 13 complete trades that have gone through, and I chucked in here originally 0.72, we can see all the other bits there, but let's call it 0.72 ETH, and I've got one that's going through now, and I've put back into the next stage 0.81. So in the space of 4 days, it's already gone from 0.72 to 0.81, and this is quite an insignificant sum of ETH actually. I mean, what's that? Probably about $130, $140, something like that. But I thought I'll give it a go. It's quite interesting in so much as even outside of the VIP level, which you would have to pay for, you basically would put a trade on. It has a lock-in of around about 4 to 5 hours that I've noticed with the actual trading period, and then when you get the confirmation that the trader's taken place and you've got your money back in your wallet, you do get a lockout of around about 40 minutes to an hour between trades, so you can't just come straight back in because there'll be a waiting period. I do believe if you're on the VIP status, you could potentially do higher volume trades, because without verifying your account, there's a minimum amount that you can actually have going through the system, and I think you are restricted on the number of trades that can be taking place. But I've still got to do a little bit more sort of checking around on this, but as I say, I'm just in test mode with this at the moment. It could be something I'll come back and say, I'm not taking any further. But it looked quite interesting. They did have some glitches with the site the other day, where I think some people were in a panic and thought they had exit scammed. Do I know that they won't? I've got absolutely no idea, so it is a bit of a punt with this at the moment. They do have, I believe, you've got a news section there where they kind of update you on what's going on. In this first bit, the important views, they do talk about some of the issues that happened with the site the other day, and certain people in the VIP section weren't adhering to terms, etc. And somebody that was under a different website was trying to say they were connected with them. So they just point out, what's going on in the background. So there is plenty of news there. They also have a mirror site. So if the main site at any stage is down, there is a mirror site. Again, if you're into your smart contracts, you'll know a lot of smart contracts have exactly that. So you have your main site and a backup site. And what else did I want to tell you about that one? There is one element that they haven't opened out yet, which is this trade step. There is also an exchange here, so if you actually want to exchange any cryptocurrencies from their list that they offer, there's a 0.5% exchange commission. I haven't actually used that myself yet, so I do a lot of exchanging on Wirex and other things that I use. So whether I would use this myself, doubtful. I'm probably just going to test it and see how we get on, really, because I also went in with Ethereum. The kind of logic behind that was obviously the trade amounts on that were a lot less than they were for, say, Bitcoin. What I'll probably do with building this Ethereum balance up that I have with it, I would probably get to a level where I exchanged out and convert that into BTC that I could then use on the minimum levels of trading with this platform, because obviously there's going to be a lot more activity on BTC potentially than even ETH. That's not to say, I've already seen sometimes ETH has a bigger sort of margin percentage between your top bids and lowest, but that can change. I mean, sometimes LTC will show up as the best. Actually, if you hit this information button here, they kind of give you a lot of the percentage volumes going on between the different coins. But I'm not, as I say, I'm not going to bore you with that information at the moment, but there's plenty of little neat features on the site. But as I say, I'm very much in test mode with this at the moment, so I won't be putting a link below for this, just until I'm a little bit more satisfied with what it's doing. But as I say, 4 days in, 13 trades completed, successfully, so happy days. And we've got a 14th that's going through at the moment, which is this one. So that is L7 trade, which, as I say, is on test. And the other new program, again, this is on test at the moment, so there will not be a link below to this one. This is the Minerva trading bot. I was kind of reluctant to get involved with any other bots because my experiences of bots in the past have not been great. Even the ones that have hung around for any length of time have generally fizzled out. But these guys are based in Europe. There is a lot of transparency with them, and I know we could say that about a lot of programs, but what I've seen already with these guys has been pretty impressive. Again, it's based in euros, because obviously where they're based, and you can see over on the side there, the Minerva Trading Bot operates in the global financial market and is an initiative of GM Inc. Capital Corporation. The CEO is on a lot of the video calls. I've been offered along the line I could jump on to calls with the team as well. At this stage, I don't want to be doing anything like that, and we all know it doesn't matter if you see the CEO on a video or on a live or whatever. It doesn't necessarily give you any guarantees that the platform is going to be around any longer than any other platform, even one where you don't see the team. So yeah, it's very much in test mode at the moment. I haven't done a withdrawal at the moment on this either, because I'm just sort of putting a little bit in each week, kind of reinvesting. The minimum reinvest on it is €5, and to come into the program would be a €5 costing. They do sort of say to maximise the most sort of benefit out of it. Ideally, if you come in at sort of a €500 level, you're off and running. But I always like to try these things, put a smaller amount in, just test the water first. So this is early days, but as I say, it comes from a trusted source who's been in the program since May, and it's been ticking all the boxes, doing exactly what it needs to do. But as I say, that doesn't really necessarily guarantee anything. So at the moment, it's test phase. It's very much like L7, but they're different. Pretty much all the ones I'm looking at the moment are offering something different. There's a different sort of thing with the platforms. I like to have a little bit of a spread in what I'm doing and try and put the risk across a number of different platforms rather than just putting all your eggs in one basket. I mean, as I say, my AdsUp's been absolutely fantastic. My passive trades has been brilliant. CashFX is showing, absolutely fantastic potential. But if something changed with either the ownership of any of those programs, how they're allowed to operate, etc., etc., do you know what I mean? You can't just rely on one. So it's good to sort of spread your options around. I know there's obviously a lot of other YouTubers that will be sort of, talking about hype programs, because I think people get carried away with earning, 3%, 5%, up to 10% every hour, blah, blah, blah. Don't get me wrong, for people who want to go in and do that sort of thing, that's fine. They have a place in the market. But to me, I have got involved with them in the past and that, and probably down the line, I probably might have even talked about one or two of them on YouTube. But I tend to veer away from them now purely that I see them very much like a game of Russian roulette. You just don't know. You know, you can go in today and do what you want to do on that site, and you could come back tomorrow and it's boom, it's gone, or not paying out anymore. So I'd kind of like platforms now where there's a bit more chance that you're going to be able to at least get ROI on what you're putting in, you know, rather than putting it in and then finding out the next day it's gone. So yeah, that's the three I've got that are, well, say two of them are in test mode: the Minerva trading bot and the L7 arbitraging platform. And as I say, Gandhi, I have got a link for that one because, again, if you know anything about sort of smart contracts, etc., and if you sort of look into the proof of weak hands 3, your ETH that you're putting in is, you know, that's not going anywhere. It's on this smart contract. Nobody else can access it. It's only you interacting with the smart contract that can get your funds back out. It's, as I say, I'm looking at this. It's more of a long player. The token price at the moment is at 89 cents. And yeah, as this figure, the contract balance grows, I think it's already gone up by, I'm sure, around about 75 or 80 ETH since I went into it, which was, I think it was late yesterday or early today, I can't remember now. But yeah, my game plan with this will be just to add a little bit each week, and I'm not too worried about piling in and just getting it all at 89 and hoping it's going to go, you know, the potential this has and the dividends that will come back once you've got, you know, a marketplace potentially with the size of India. The amount of transactions that we could be going through this, and the dividends that could come back to those participants within Gandhiji, that's kind of what I'm looking at. So it's more looking at the longer term picture rather than thinking, oh, I need to get in now and sell out next week if this moves up or it doubles or it 10 times is or whatever, you know. And as I say, if you watch that the video that Oracle made yesterday, I think that will give you a good grounding as to why I think this is a worthy thing to support, if you like, in one way. And of course, the other key benefit, if Ethereum in itself, I know we've got this thing with Bitcoin at the moment, seems to be stuck around this magic sort of $10,000 figure. But you know, if we do get this this run, which we're all waiting for, hopefully, you know, what's gone in the past, maybe with Ethereum tracking what Bitcoin is doing, and we get a rise on the Ethereum, there's another way you get the increase on what you're sort of you know, putting into this program. So the link will be below for this one. As I say, it's actually there as well on here, but I'll put that there. And then, as I say, I'll do little updates now and again on the other two, but at the moment, as I say, L7 trade and the Minerva Telegram bot, I will feed back to you as and when, just to let you know how they're getting along. But the key ones, and I will put videos, the latest videos up for these. Obviously, my ads up is probably my number one at the moment, closely followed by my passive trades, and then of course we've got the other program that is rising rapidly, and highly recommend you take a look at this one, guys. It is a higher ticket, but you know, when you look at the potential this one has, I think it is worth, you know, worth looking at seriously. But as with all of these things, remember, the crypto space is very, very risky. You should never come into any of these programs with, you know, funds that you don't have available to put into them, i.e., you know, it should be basically not worry money, because if one of these programs disappeared overnight, of course, yeah, I'd certainly be pissed off about it, because nobody likes to see your money disappear. But everything I have in here is, you know, money that I could afford to say, right, that, you know, pick yourself up, move on. You know, it happens in crypto. We've all experienced platforms that have vanished and whatever. So yeah, do read the disclaimers, understand what you're getting into, do your due diligence. You know, there's plenty of other videos out there, material that you can sort of have a look on all of these companies. And as always, you know, I'm not a financial advisor. The content in this video is for, you know, information, entertainment purposes, and it just will basically show you my progress with these particular programs. So guys, thanks for watching. As I say, that was just a little overview because I am being asked quite a bit and it saves me necessarily replying out to everyone at the moment. So yeah, we've got 3 kind of steady eddies on the go, and then we've got 3 new ones. Gandhiji, there will be a link to that. As I say, if you don't really understand smart contracts, probably best that you don't even have a look at that one. And then ElSerpent Trade and Minerva I will be reporting back on. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.